Right, so week 2 and day 4 is almost in the books. I'm most of the way done now. Just got finished with my workout, second one for the week, and all in all, things are going pretty good so far. I'm at midweek check-in today. I was down another half pound, and my waist is down, my stomach's down a half an inch this week. So things are definitely moving along well. Things are on point. I'm feeling good, sleep's good, mood is good. The one challenge that I had, it was from last week, about midweek, I started to feel like this lull, this energy lull. And it wasn't like I was exhausted or extremely tired. I wasn't feeling like I was going to crash. It was more just dealing with a kind of this low level hunger, which is typical when you're in a calorie deficit, particularly in the beginning stages, the first, maybe couple weeks or so, because, your body's getting used to it, but more importantly, your brain's getting used to it. And that has been kind of the big thing that I have had to be very diligent about, is knowing the difference between true hunger, like when my body really actually needs food, versus more of psychological hunger, when I'm craving food or I want food, not because my body needs it, but because my brain is used to eating at certain times. So that has been the biggest thing that I've had to be very diligent about, probably been the biggest challenge to this point. So, but today, I felt like yesterday I was starting to break through that. It wasn't bothering me. Like, I could sense that there's a low level hunger again. I'm not starving. I'm not feeling deprived, not feeling weak or lightheaded. Just a little low level hunger. But by yesterday, I was turning the corner on it. By today, things felt a lot better. My energy has picked up tremendously. My workout was on point today. My energy was up. My strength was up. So I am in a calorie deficit. I'm eating significantly less calories than my body has been used to, but my energy has been up, my strength's been up, and things are moving right along. So I think that that's kind of the take home at this point, and one of the big things when, trying to lose fat is, it's not just a matter of, eat less, exercise more. It's not just, burn more calories than you take in. It's not just what exercises you do, how many carbs, proteins, fats. These things do matter. They are important, but they're not like the foundation of it all. The foundation, from what I'm finding, is making sure to keep things balanced out. The brain and the nervous system, you've got to keep those well regulated, because when they're not, like particularly being in a calorie deficit, when you're on lower calories, you've got more energy out than you do coming in, and you're feeling a little bit hungry, like it could trigger a survival mechanism. That is the brain perceiving that things are not as they normally are, and the brain can kind of perceive that as unsafe, and it can trigger a threat response. And that initiates the survival mechanism, and the way that we respond to survival, at least one of them, is by seeking food, which is why a lot of times, when we get those cravings, it's very difficult to try to not give in to them. And a lot of times we end up just going off the rails and binging. It's a survival response that no matter how much you try to outlogic it, no matter how much you try to tell yourself, like, okay, I know I'm not supposed to eat the pizza. I know I'm not supposed to have the burger and fries. It's not going to help me lose weight and achieve my goals. We know it, but it's not enough to conquer it. It's not enough to keep yourself from giving into it. And that's the big thing. We can't just outlogic it. You can't just out motivate it. You can't outrun it. The way that I find is you've got to be able to work through it by keeping the brain and nervous system regulated. That's the big thing. So instead of doing what I would normally do in the past, where I would be really trying to fight cravings, I would be trying to fight the low energy that I felt, everything was like a battle, and like constantly fighting against my body. And instead of doing that, now what I'm learning to do is to understand what it is that's going on with my brain and nervous system, and be able to use tools that help me keep that regulated, so that I don't feel like I have to fight anything. It's not about fighting against your body. It's about working with your brain and nervous system, and that is the key.